everyone. I am Navneet Sharma. Today's lecture is based on Cauchy theorem for multiply connected domain. In the first lecture, I already explained about the Cauchy theorem, or we can say Cauchy-Forest theorem for domain disk and simply connected domain. In this lecture, I will discuss the following points: principle of deformation of contour, next Cauchy theorem for multiply connected domain, after that example and question based on this. So let's start with the statement of Cauchy-Forest theorem for simply connected domain. Statement is this: if fz is analytic in a simple connected domain D, then integral of fz over simple closed contour gamma is equal to 0. So first we will understand the meaning of this statement with one example. Find the integral of 1 over z minus 2 over the unit disk. So first we do this unit disk. This is interior region will come. Now see this. This 1 upon z minus 2, this function is not analytic at the point 2. If we do this point here, then it is coming here. Then see, this function is not analytic in whole complex plane. This function is analytic in whole complex plane except point 2. But our region is this, but 2 is outside from this region. So this function is analytic in this domain. And see, this domain is a simply connected domain. So by this theorem, we can say integral of 1 over z minus 2 is equal to 0. So now we will see the Cauchy theorem for multiply connected domain question. First, we will understand the meaning of this with one question. How will evaluate the integral of 1 over z into z minus 1 over the closed curve C, where C is any simple closed curve contains the point 0 and 1. So first we do, this is our closed curve and it contains 2 points 0 and 1. So we draw a circle at center origin and another circle center 1, and see both circle are disjoint. So we can see this domain is not a simply connected domain because this closed curve contains two holes. So it is a multiply connected domain. Now how we will find the value of this integral? This is our main aim. So first we will see the statement of Cauchy theorem for multiply connected domain. Let C, C1, Cn be the simple closed curve such that C1, C2, Cn are interior to C and having disjoint interior. So we see this. This is the C, a simple closed curve, and it contains the contour C1, C2, Cn inside this, and all are disjoint. Second is, if function fz is analytic on each contour and at each point, that is interior to C and exterior to Ci, that means function is analytic inside this interior to C and exterior to all Ci's. So function is analytic inside everywhere. Then the integral of fz over C is equal to integral of fz over integral of then integral of fz over curve C is equal to summation of integral of fz over curve Ci. That means first we have to integral of fz over curve C, this is equal to summation. That means we have to find the integral of fz over curve C1 plus integral of fz over curve C2 and so on, integral of fz over curve Cn. Then sum of this whole integral. So first we will prove this result for which for that if this simple closed curve contains only one hole. After that we will extend that result. So proof of this theorem based on this result, the principle of deformation of contour. So for this first we will consider a multiply connected domain. Let C1, C2 be two simple closed contour such that C2 is inside C1. We can see this. This is a C1 C2 to simple closed curve, and C2 is inside C1. This is a multiply connected domain. Next point, suppose function fz is analytic on C1 and C2 and each interior point to C1 and exterior to C2, then integral of fz over C1 minus integral of fz over C2 is equal to 0, or integral of fz over C1 is equal to integral of fz over C2. Though we can understand this statement by this way, because function is this is a multiply connected domain, and C1 C2 both are simply closed curve, and C2 is inside this C1, and this is our common region where function is analytic. We can say interior to C1 and exterior to C2. So function is analytic here, then integral of fz over this curve C1 is equal to integral of fz over this curve C2. So next, this statement also we can write in another way also. Let C be the boundary of a multiply connected domain. Suppose function is analytic in multiply connected domain and on its boundary, then integral of fz over c is equal to 0, or integral of fz over c is equal to integral of fz over c1 minus integral of fz over c2 is equal to 0. How we will prove this result? In the second lecture, I already explained about the connected set, simply connected domain and multiply connected domain, and main things how we are converting multiply connected domain to simply connected domain. So, and also I solved question based on this. I will use that technique here to solve this statement problem. So, to solve this result. First, what we will do? First, we will draw a multiply connected domain as we already drew here. Then, our main aim to convert this multiply connected domain into simply connected domain. Question: how we will prove? I already explained about this technique in the lecture second. You can watch there. Here I am also explaining. First, we will draw a line segment. Say AB, draw a line segment A to B, and see this. This is contour C1, and it is going after that along this line segment. Then this contour C2. After that, we are returning back by BA, and this is covering this. So see this. This domain is bounded by contour C1 and the line segment AB. Then it is bounded by contour C2 and bounded by line segment BA. Then it's complete. So this is the inside region. If I will take any simple closed curve which will not cross this line, so it is a simply connected domain. This domain is also simply connected domain. I explained here about that. This domain is bounded by this, bounded by contour C1, line segment AB, contour C2, and the line segment BA. And this domain is a simply connected domain. Now I am taking the boundary of this simply connected domain by C. That means this boundary, this I am calling, this is the boundary of this simply connected domain. I am calling this is a C. We know this is simply connected domain. So we already know about Cauchy-Coolidge theorem for simply connected domain. Now we will apply that result here. The result is, if function is analytic in simply connected domain, then integral of fz over c over simple closed contour gamma is equal to 0. Means, so that means integral of fz over c is dz is equal to 0. Now we can rewrite this integral of fz over c is equal to integral of fz over c1 plus integral of fz over along the line segment AB plus integral of fz over contour C2 plus integral of fz along the line segment BA. How we are getting? I will explain this here, and also I will explain what the meaning of this over C1 and the line segment along the line segment BA. We can see here, as we took C is the boundary, of this simply connected domain, and this integral of fz over c is equal to integral of fz along this lines, along the along contour c1, this contour c1, and then integral of fz along this line segment plus integral of fz along this contour c2 plus integral of fz along this line segment, because we already explained here this domain is bounded by c1, contour c1, line segment ab, and contour c2 and line segment ba. And look here, if we are taking integral of fz along the contour over the contour c1, so it is a positive, which is this direction. This is anti-clockwise direction and it has positive orientation. But if we are looking this integral of fz along this contour, this is a in clockwise direction and it has negative orientation. And also similarly here, this is the integral of fz along the line segment AB. This is positive direction. If we are taking the integral of fz along the line segment BA, then it is negative direction. So due to this, we can say integral of fz over C2 dz equal to minus integral of fz over C2, because this integral is opposite direction, and integral of fz along the line segment BA is equal to minus integral of fz along the line segment BA, because A and AB and B line segment AB and BA both have same length, but if we are taking the line segment BA, that is in opposite direction, so the value of this integral is equal to minus the value of integral of fz along the line segment BA. Now I will use all this result and will put all this equation in equation 6 star. After simplifying, we get integral of fz over dz equal to integral of fz over c1 minus integral of fz over c2 is equal to 0. And we can simplify this, then we get integral of fz over c1 over contour c1 equal to integral of fz over contour c2. So that means we can understand the meaning of this. It means integral of fz over this contour is equal to integral of fz over this contour. Both are same. Now we will extend this result when when simple closed curve or contour contain n holes. How will prove that? So first I am taking multiply connected domain which contain n holes. Say this is C1, I am taking here C1 is a simply closed contour and it contains n minus 1 simple closed contour inside this C2, Cn, n up to Cn. So these are n minus 1 simple closed contour. After that, what we will do here, we will convert multiply connected domain into simply connected domain. As I already explained, how we will convert. We draw either line segment, or we can join by either line segment or join by bridge. So this is our line segment E1 BB. Then we join by line segment E2 B2, and so on. Line segment EN BN. Another way also we can say in some books you will get this we joined by bridge. Now see this is a simply connected domain. How? Because first see this domain is bounded by contour C1, then by line segment E1 B1, then by contours C2, then line segment E2 B2, and so on, bounded by line segment EN BN, and so on B1 A1. If I am taking any, because this is this dark, this region, which is dark simply connected domain. Why? Because if I am taking any simple closed contour in this, so I cannot cross this line segment. So by the definition of simply connected domain, by the definition of simply connected domain, we can see this domain is also simply connected domain. And see This domain is bounded by contour C1 and the line segment A1 V1, then by contour C2, line segment A2 V2, then contour C3 and so on lines contour bounded by contour CN and the line segment by BN AN and so on bounded by B1 A1. So we are taking C is the boundary of this simply connected domain. This is the boundary. This we are going this way, then this, then we are going this, then we are returning by this, then we do so this, then this, and this whole. This is the C is the boundary of this simply connected domain. So we will apply here Cauchy theorem for simply connected domain. So integral of fz over this curve, integral of fz over this curve is equal to integral of fz because C is the boundary. So integral of fz over C is equal to integral of fz over C1 plus integral of fz along this line segment plus integral of fz along this contour plus integral of fz along this line segment and so on. We explain here and we can write here. Now we will solve because look here, if I am taking integral of fz along this, integral of fz along the contour C1, so it is a anti-clockwise direction, that means it has positive orientation. But if I am taking integral of fz over this contour C2, this here this is a clockwise direction and it has negative orientation. That means integral of fz over C2 equal to minus integral of fz over C2. And if I am taking integral of fz along this line segment AB is equal to minus integral of fz along the line segment B1 A1. That means because this is integral of fz along the line segment A1 B1 is equal to minus integral of fz along the line segment B1 A1. Because if we are going by this way, it has a negative orientation. So we will use this and then we simplify this. And already I explained here. Integral of fz along the interior contour in counterclockwise direction. So these n minus 1 interior contour have the negative orientation. So that means integral of fz over C2 is equal to minus integral of fz over C2. Similarly, integral of fz over Cn is equal to minus integral of fz over Cn. Because C1, C2, Cn all are interior contour. Similarly, we can find the integral of fz along line segment A1 B1 equal to minus integral of fz along line segment B1 A1 B1 A1, and we can simplify this. Integral of fz along the line segment A1 B1 plus integral of fz along the line segment B1 A1 equal to 0. Similarly, we can add for the line segment AN BN. Now we will put all this value in the previous equation. After we simplify this, after simplification we get integral of fz of over contour C is equal to integral of fz over contour C1 minus integral of fz over contour C2 and so on, and this whole value is equal to 0. Then now we can simplify this quantity, this thing we can take right hand side. So we can say integral of fz over C1 equal to integral of fz over C2 plus so on integral of fz over contour Cn. Now we can add this, then we can write this way, integral of fz over contour C1 is equal to summation of integral of fz over the contour Ci. So that means the value of integral of fz along over contour C1 is equal to sum of the value of integral of contour C2, C3, Cn. That means you can understand here, if integral of fz along this contour C1 is equal to contour the C1 is equal to sum of the integral of fz along these contour. C2, C3, Cn. So this is the proof of Cauchy-Courage theorem. So we are already studied the proof of statement 4. Now we will solve this question using the proof of this theorem. So let's start. Our aim to find the value of this integral 1 over z into z minus 1. So first what we will do, first we draw circle C and it contains 2 points 0 and 1, and we draw a circle at center origin and draw another circle at center 1, and both are disjoint. Because this is a multiply connected domain, so to find the solution of this, what we will do, first we will convert this multiply connected domain into simply connected domain by joining by the line segment, or we can say by joining by bridge, as already we studied in the previous theorem. So first we simplify this fz is equal to 1 upon z into z minus 1, so we can simplify this by partial fraction. So the value of this is equal to 1 upon z minus 1 minus 1 upon z. Now, by the previous theorem, we can say integral of fz over this curve C is equal to integral of fz over contour C1 plus integral of fz over contour C2. And now we substitute the value of fz. So first I am substituting the value of fz in this here. The integral of fz is equal to this 1 upon z minus 1 minus 1 upon z, then we substitute and we simplify this, then we get this. Now I will use the previous statement, because integral of fz over c is equal to integral of fz over c1 plus integral of fz over c2, or another way we can say integral of fz over contour c1 plus c2. Now fz has two functions, so we can write this. Now I'm breaking this integral of 1 over z minus 1 over contour c1 plus integral of 1 over z minus 1 over contour c2 minus integral of 1 over z over contour c1 minus integral of 1 over z over contour c2. Now see this function, because this is our f of z, or also if you want to see, you can see here both way. This function is not analytic at the point 1 and origin. So if I am taking z minus 1 is equal to 0, then z is equal to 1. So and z is equal to 0, then this function is not analytic at 2.0 and 1. So we have to check where our function is analytic and where it is not analytic. According that, we can apply Cauchy theorem for simply connected domain. Because now look here, we converted this multiply connected domain into simply connected domain by joining line segment, and this is a common region, and this domain is bounded by C, then line segment by this, then contour C1, then by line segment by this, then contour C2. And we know function is analytic inside this, and all means at all interior point of C, exterior to C1 and C2. So we can see, because this is point is origin and this is point 1. If I am taking 1 over z minus 1, so this function is analytic in this region, but it is not analytic in this region because one point is inside. Similarly, this function 1 over z is not analytic in this circle, but it is analytic in this circle because a 0 is inside this. So we will use that concept here, and I explained here properly. C1 is a circle of center 0 and C2 is a circle of center 1. Then 1 over, first I am taking this one, I am writing this in terms of first, second and third, fourth integral. So first we are solving first and second integral. See, 1 over z minus 1 is not analytic, is analytic everywhere except 1. That means function is not analytic at the point 1. And see, Because C1 is a circle of center origin. So this function is analytic in C1. So by Cauchy-Gauss theorem for simply connected domain, we can say the value of this integral is 0. But this function, we know this function is not analytic. This function is not analytic at point 1. But C2 circle contain the point 1. So the value of this value of that integral, and we can see value of this integral will not be 0 in circle C2. Then we can solve by this complex integration for path. Take modulus of z minus 1 is equal to r, z minus 1 is equal to r e to the power I theta. Then we can simplify. Theta belongs to 0 to 2 pi. So we can simplify. I already explained this thing in the lecture first. So next we can see third and fourth integral. Third integral, find the integral of 1 over z over c1 and find the integral 1 over z over c2. As I already explained, 1 over z is not analytic at point origin and c1 the circle of center origin. So we can say integral of third integral of 1 over z over c1 will not be equal to 0 and we will simplify this. So the value of this is equal to 2 pi I. Say another, this function is analytic in C2 because 0 does not belong to C2 circle. So then means function analytic in this by Cauchy-Gauss theorem we can say integral of 1 over z is over C2 is equal to 0. Then we put all values in the equation in this equation. Then we simplify this. So we get the value integral of fz over C2 is equal to this 0 plus 2 pi I minus 2 pi I, then we can simplify, then this is equal to 0. Hence, integral of 1 over z into z minus 1 over multiply connected domain is equal to 0. Now we will see another question based on Cauchy theorem for multiply connected domain. To find the integral of 1 over z square plus 1 over the circle mod z is equal to 3. Now let C1 C2 two closed curve which lie entirely in this circle. Now we can understand this. First what we will do? First we will explain fz is equal to 1 plus z square. Now we can expand by partial fraction. So we got this. Now see, this function is not analytic at the point z is equal to iota and z is equal to minus iota. So what we do? First we do this circle modulus z is equal to 3. This is a circle, radius is 3 and this is our iota and this is minus iota. This is imaginary axis, this is 1 and this is minus 1. So we draw a circle around this circle and we draw another circle around this and both are disjoint. And we know, we can understand from here because fz is not analytic at this point, 2 point, iota and minus iota. So by Cauchy-Gauss theorem what we can say, integral of fz over this contour, this is a c, over this contour c is equal to summation of integral of fz over this contour c1 and c2. That means integral of fz over c is equal to integral of fz over c1 plus integral of fz over c2. Now we substitute the value of fz here and we simplify this. After simplification we get this. So see this here, because we know 1 over z minus 1 is not analytic at point iota, but see this iota is inside this. So that means this function is not analytic in curve C1. Not analytic in curve C1 because iota is inside this. So by Cauchy-Gauss theorem we can say the value of this integral cannot be 0. Now we can solve this integral by complex integration for path as we studied in the lecture first. So value of this is equal to 2 pi I, but this function is analytic inside this region because iota is not inside this. So by Cauchy-Gauss theorem So value of this integral is equal to 0. Similarly, we can see another. Now we can see this 1 over z plus I is not analytic at point iota. But see, iota not analytic. So this function 1 over z plus I is not analytic at the point z is equal to minus iota. Minus iota is inside this, so function is not analytic in this region, but it will be analytic in this region. If it is not analytic in this region, then the value of this integral is equal to 2 pi I. If it is analytic in C1 region, so integral of 1 over z plus I over C1 is equal to 0, and integral of 1 over z plus I over C2 is equal to 0, because by Cauchy-Euler theorem we get this, and we can solve this by Cauchy integral, by complex integration fourth path. Now we can substitute all values here, then we get integral of 1 over 1 plus z square over the circle z square plus z is mod z is equal to 3 is equal to 0. So simple things, what we have to do, first we have to draw our given circle, then draw first whatever is C1 C2 circle and which are inside this, and see where is function our is analytic and where is not analytic. Because if suppose function is analytic in this region, then by Cauchy-Euler theorem we can say the value of integral will be 0 over this circle. If it is not analytic in this region, then we will solve by Cauchy complex integration fourth path. Now we will study some question based on this. These are the question. Find the integral of this 1 over z square plus 4 over the circle this, and C1 C2 lie in this region. Similarly another question, and also find this and also prove integral of 1 over z square minus 3 is equal to 0 on the circle z square 2, and these are another question. You can solve this question by previous methods as we already solved. This is the end of this lecture. In the coming lecture, I will discuss about the Cauchy integral formula, and I will cover these following things: Cauchy integral formula for first derivative, and generalization of this, example and question. This is my YouTube channel, and this is the link of first lecture, and this is the link of second lecture. You can watch and see. Thank you so much.